what up, everybody? It's your boy Money Mark coming at you guys on another edition of Sneaker Saturdays. And yeah, we are in this piece right here. Another Saturday morning, afternoon, or whenever you guys decide to click the old thumbnail on YouTube and give your boy a view. I appreciate you guys kicking it with me on this cold, probably Saturday. It's cold in the mug out here, guys. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just got out here from shoveling the driveway. That's why I'm out here looking farmer chic today. I had to bundle up, put my jacket on, had the overalls on, had to get to it. And yeah, we are here for another Saturday. I'm here for it. You here for it. So let's get to some drops. Looking all clean face like I'm 5 years old and whatnot. It's a mishap, guys. It's a mishap. I typically don't go clean face, especially during the winter time, but you know, shaving mishaps happen. So let's get into it. So guys, we have an episode full of content for you today. And honestly, I just think we should just get into the nitty gritty of everything and start covering these drops, guys. I'm super happy to be here with you guys on another glorious Saturday, like I always say. So honestly, first things first, we should go ahead and jump into some quick hits. It's not necessarily a deep breakdown of what's going on. We have to talk about the fact that Louis Vuitton just dropped the colorways for the Friends and Family packs, or the Friends and Family colorways for the Louis Vuitton collaboration with Air Force Ones. Now, I'm not gonna go into brief details. You're gonna see a picture here, and you're gonna see some hotness, some dopeness going on right here. Now, initially, when I first saw that Virgil or Louis Vuitton was going to be collaborating with Air Force Ones, at first I kind of thought it was kind of like a money grab, seeing as, you know, of the passing of the legend, of course, Virgil Abloh. But when taking a look, and the images of the Friends and Family colorways kept just like perusing the internet. And then, of course, I saw DJ Khaled. I saw all these other individuals rocking these other very dope-looking sneakers. I was a little excited. So, I mean, taking a look at these colorways, man, these colorways look ridiculous. I'm not 100% sure how the purchasing of this is going. I'm hearing it's going to be a special. Well, listen, we know it's going to be a raffle. When it comes down to us, the regular audience buying it, we know it's going to be a raffle. But honestly, man, these sneakers just look amazing. I can't wait to see, you know, just who gets them, who gets to cop them. Of course, I'll try. We'll see what happens. I haven't been having the best of luck as of late, but you know, I'm in the grind just like you guys are. So we gonna figure it out, man. Maybe probably end up getting like a canary or the purple ones. You know, who knows what your boy might end up with. But definitely, I will let you know if I hit. You guys let me know if you hit. Okay, so next, we're gonna get into another drop. Now, seriously, when thinking about shoes, we've talked often a lot about a lot of different specific shoes. We've talked a lot about Jordan, mainly. We talked a lot about Jordan. We talked a lot about Dunks. We've given Yeezy some love because Yeezy definitely deserves some love for bringing some innovation to the game. We've talked about a lot of Reebok, actually. We've shown Reebok a lot more love than some people would say to show Reebok. Today, we're gonna talk about a specific shoe. Now, these are the things, the non-Jordan shoes that are related to athletes are honestly my secret love, because of the fact that there are always such awesome memories based upon them. And I think those classic 90 athlete shoes that came, like the Ken Griffey's, like the Deons, like the pennies, those shoes are iconic in their own special class, right? They're in their own special sub-legendary class. And only if you're a real sneakerhead are you excited about these sneakers as well. I feel like if all you buy is Jordans and Yeezys and, you know, whatever, I think you're just kind of a hype beast. I'll be honest with you. If you got a pair of these shoes I just named, and a pair of these shoes I'm about to talk about, like if you ain't got no Chuck Posits, you ain't got no Charles Barkley's, I wonder what you doing with your life. Honestly, you ain't got no Dikembe Mutombos, if you ain't got no Ewings, you ain't got no, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't out here, really in here getting it done, then what are you doing? And this shoe right here is definitely one of those shoes that I have to talk about. We're talking about the Nike Air Trainer series. And now, if you know anything about the Nike Air Trainer series, if you know anything about the Nike, the 90s, I should say, I said the Nikes, the 90s, you know about Bo. And Bo knows sports, baby. Bo knows this, and Bo knows that. But Bo can't rap, so don't know jack. Yeah, that's the line. I did it. Whatever. Leave it alone. Anyways, yes. The Air Trainers, boy. The Air Trainers. Now, these Nike Air Trainer SC Royals are set to drop. Well, actually, we don't have a date for these. We just got a glimpse of these. These essentially are first glimpse. I meant to do like, tell something, whatever. First glimpse of the Air Trainer SC Royals. Now, these essentially, as you can tell by the name of the colorway, this specific shoe is basically tailored towards the Kansas City Royals jersey colorway. Now, just jumping in this thing, first thing first, the SC Air Trainers are always a favorite of mine, of the Air Trainer Bo Jackson series, because of course of the reflectors. So that's exactly where I'm going to start. I'm going to start on the reflectors. Taking a deep dive on the reflectors. Those reflectors right there in that middle panel, in that the Nike sign, or the end of that Nike sign kind of sits in the middle of those bad boys right there. Super dope. So now we have like a light blue colorway on the actual reflectors. Underneath the underlays of that, or underneath those reflectors, we have a kind of royal Kansas City blue on that as well. Predominantly white shoe on most of the surface, on the lays as well. We do have kind of some gray graphics on the toe box of that thing as well. That midsole has that kind of chunky 90s midsole. When you're looking at it, kind of that cool like sky blue, or baby blue, or Royals blue, that kind of goes on that midsole, kind of in the middle. And the bottom sole, we kind of course have that chunky, gritty 90s white sole. And when you're looking at the bottom sole, when you flip that over, you got, of course, the classic, just pink, not pink, I said pink, the classic baby blue Nike sign on that bad boy. Classic Nike logo on the back tab, just keeping that same rustic look to it. And what really kind of makes these pops on top of the reflectors are the laces. We have this cool kind of like gritty looking lace. It has predominantly the light blue, and then the royal blue, and then the white in the middle, just giving it that nice crisp accent that just looks like, I just feel like I feel like when I put these shoes on, I can run through I run through another player back in my old football days. These things right here, super dope. The accents are super dope on these things, and honestly, man, it's just a cool, just dope conversation starter Nike shoe. And honestly, these are the shoes that let people know what you're on. When you show up with a pair of these, you show up with a pair of Dion's, you show up with a pair of, the kind of Dan Marino looking joints. We show up with these Diamond Turfs, the SCs, the Charles Barkleys, the Pennies. These are the shoes right here that let people know what you're on. They let you know what you really about this life. You're not just like a hype beast right here. Hopefully these don't make us do a raffle on these, because everything retro seems to be raffled out. But these bad boys are set to drop sometime 2022 with a price point of $140. Not a bad value for a piece of dope history. So definitely be on the lookout for those as well. Jumping right into the next sneaker, we also have another edition from Adidas. Now, normally I say another edition from Yeezy, because typically when we talk about Adidas, I have a tendency to talk a lot about Yeezys. But these Adidas joints, and honestly, I feel Adidas has a huge offering besides Yeezy that people should honestly pay attention to. A lot of people have fallen in love with the NMDs, the over classic NMDs, the Instagram model Instagram model couture sneaker, essentially. Apparently all the girls, Instagram models that were apparently running would wear those NMDs, and NMDs are definitely not a running shoe, essentially. That was kind of the running joke amongst people who like to talk ish about Instagram models. Well, NMDs come out, of course, has followed up from their last reemergence of the S1 series. Now, S1 series dropped September of last year, 2021. A white colorway drop. And when looking at those shoes, honestly, I was actually pretty impressed by those sneakers myself. I didn't get a chance to get my hands on them, but this Blackout colorway that I'm about to talk about right now just recently dropped. We just recently got some images of the Blackout colorway. We have no dates as of yet or no price points, but we do get a first look. And just taking a look at these, we get, of course, that same constructive look, but a blacked out sneaker. Now, one of the cool things about this sneaker is that I feel that, you know, the white version or the white iteration of this sneaker definitely had those kind of constructive little, almost off-whitey looking elements and feels to it, with the NMD and the Adidas and all in the bottom, on the gum bottom of that sneaker itself. But when looking at this sneaker, essentially, when it's blacked out, you don't really necessarily, unless you're really up on it, get that same feel. You really do get a sense of that bottom sole of that shoe. The thing is massive. It's not necessarily like a platform, kind of like how New Balance has done on some of the other sneakers it's came out with, other lifestyle sneakers New Balances came out with. So it's not super platforming, but it's pretty giant, essentially, in my opinion. You got, of course, kind of like a knit top half of the sneaker. I mean, most half of the sneaker essentially is sole, to be honest, but you get more so a knit top on that bad boy. And of course, we get the classic 3 stripes in the middle. Nothing too much going on there. Basic knit back tab as well. More so a kind of regular sock liner in and of itself. Now, typically when looking at knit sneakers, they kind of have that fit to form, kind of comfort feel to it as well. It does look super comfortable. I would definitely walk in those. Please do not try to run in these sneakers, but definitely a walking sneaker as well. And honestly, taking a look at that, one of the standing out points besides the bottom sole, you do have, of course, those cool shoestrings, those cool kind of rope chain-ish shoestrings that kind of have those reflector elements added to that with the I forget what you call those things, the lace tabs or the lace ends or whatever at the back of these as well. I'm not your typical sneaker podcast, guys. I don't know what all this stuff is called, but I just think sneakers are dope in general. So I may get some names of things wrong, but definitely looking at these sneakers look like an interesting addition to them. I personally care more so for the whites. The the original, the OGs that dropped in September of last year. Honestly, I'd probably be more apt to cop those. But if you want a less loud, less attention-getting sneaker, a more basic sneaker, this is definitely a sneaker to definitely keep your eyes on. I just like the fact that Adidas keeps pushing the envelope forward. I like the fact that, you know, Yeezy has actually made Adidas essentially push and put more effort into the designscapes of their shoes. So I definitely think this is dope. I forgot to mention, looking at that bottom sole, you kind of have this gritty like bottom at the bottom of it, kind of more so almost cleatish. You kind of have those cleat-esque patterns on the bottom of that sneaker, essentially kind of giving it more of like almost like a tactical look to it. Definitely dope in that regard. Those sneakers are set to drop sometime this year. I'll let you guys know whenever an official date has emerged for these bad boys as well. Now, wrapping up, I could not, of course, give you a whole episode of sneakers and Saturday and give you no Jordan. Where's the Jordan? Well, here's the Jordan. You guys may have saw, some of you guys may have already saw this. I heard rumors of this shoe actually dropping. I personally think this is dope because it's a collaboration with a dope collaborator, which has made dope shoes, but it's with a silhouette that typically doesn't get the love. Typically doesn't get that tender loving care that a dope sneaker is supposed to have. And what am I talking about? First of all, the company I'm talking about, A Ma Manierre and Jordan. Yes, A Ma Manierre and Jordan. Another A Ma Manierre A Ma Manierre or A Ma Manierre. I think it's just A Ma Manierre, another A Ma Manierre collaboration. We got a Jordan 2. That's right, a Jordan 2. The A Ma Manierre, we got a first looks of the A Ma Manierre collaboration with Jordan, or the Jordan 2 A Ma Manierres that are set to drop April 29th, 2022. Now, we don't have a price point on these yet, which is interesting. We get a date, but we don't get the price point. Usually we get both at the same time. But just looking at these things, first of all, I like to say Jordan 2 does not get the respect that it deserves. Everyone likes the Jordan 1s. Everyone likes the Jordan 3s or the Jordan 4s or the Jordan 5s or the Jordan 11s. Even 6s get love, but 2s don't really get the love they deserve. Essentially, if you look at Jordan 2 historically, Jordan 2 actually was the shoe that actually created or actually made more sneaker designers add more layers and more. It's the first time that Jordan essentially actually got more so designers into the sneaker and started to create a lot of innovations in that sneaker as well. If you take a look at that sneaker, as far as the panels, the multiple things that were done with that sneaker, if you look at a real OG like Jordan 2, and then look at the sneakers around that time period. Jordan 2 was a very innovative sneakers. A lot of things were added to that, and the A Ma Manierre definitely highlights a lot of the things that make Jordan 2 super dope. So just jumping right into it. First and foremost, you kind of have this almost grayish, almost maybe like off-white or white colorway. I think it's more of a gray. I think it's more leaning towards a grayish white colorway on that thing. And then we have those very subtle accents of maroon. Now I think maroon accents in sneakers, and maroon in general, is a definitely dope color that I don't think necessarily gets used a lot. I think the Bordeaux, when I remember the Bordeaux Jordan 12s, nasty. Me being a attendee, alumni at Alabama A&M University, HBCU, you know what I'm saying? HBCU, you know what I'm saying? Definitely have a lot of love for the maroon and maroon colorways. Now, of course, with this, we kind of have more so maroon on the back tab in and of itself. And then some accents on some of the stitching on the sneaker as well. But of course, we do get that cool Jordan tab, the A Ma Manierre tab that also has a maroon accent to it as well, or a maroon colorway to that as well, maroon and black. And of course, if you're not a sucker, of course you're gonna keep that thing on there. But looking at this, it kind of has the suede over most of the sneaker itself. We have this cool, almost like netted black midsole with a white undersole on that as well. Looking at the laces, we have black laces on this thing, and then we have, of course, the black logo on the tongue itself. Back tab, we have the A Ma Manierre in maroon in the back as well, with the little bottom half of the back tab that has a little bit A Ma Manierre on that as well, with kind of like a gray tab. It kind of transitions from that red to like that gray, kind of like, as you know, the back tab kind of transition. You have the top of the back tab, you kind of have where kind of the logo sits, essentially. You kind of have, of course, that little tab at the bottom, and then there's like a little tab at the bottom of that tab as well, like a little kind of part ways essentially. And that's maroon, actually that's gray. So giving you that maroon to gray transition, that kind of transitions to the black at that midsole. Super dope. I think the thing that makes this shoe look super dope as well is that sock liner. That sock liner has almost that jacket kind of quilted look in there as well. It just looks comfortable. It looks like a shoe that, I think if you rocking those, you have you have a shoe, people can tell that your sneaker is not a regular sneaker. This is a sneaker, you know what I'm saying? It's like a sneaker. This is, of course, like I said, is set to drop 2020 this year, April 29th. I was about to say 19th. April 29th, day after your boy's birthday. So definitely cop that shoe. And yeah, that is it. 3 sneakers set to drop this year. Of course, we started off with the SC, the Nike Air Trainer SC, Royals colorway, Bo knows sports, Bo knows sneakers, Bo knows everything. Looking at this thing, of course, with the all white blue and royal blue collaboration on this thing, it just looks rustic. It just looks 90s. It looks like it should be on your feet. Definitely take a look at that. And then, of course, we switch over to the NMD Blackout S1s. A lot of S collaborations in these titles. And these bad boys right here, we got that Blackout NMD Adidas sneaker with that super aggressive gum bottom. I'm pretty sure that's gum bottom with that knit all on that sneaker as well, on the top half of that sneaker, just giving yourself that super support and super comfort. Kind of gives you a different look. Definitely kind of leaves you looking futuristic on that sneaker as well. And then, of course, we got the Jordan 2 A Ma Manierre dropping April 29th. And these bad boys right here definitely look like, with the suede just all over the shoe itself. I'm a sucker for suede myself. Black laces, black accents on the tongue, black quilted material, kind of that black quilted almost like jacket material in the sock liner, of course, with the little maroon accents on top of there. Definitely giving it that high-end value. If I am going to pick a sneaker that I recommend you to pick, I'll say this: don't be a hype beast. Cop the Bo Jacksons. Bo knows this, Bo knows that. Bo can rap, Bo can make shoes, Bo knows you. I go for Bo. Definitely, no, I'm saying, like, I definitely think the Bo Jacksons are definitely the sneaker that I would definitely be looking out for. The A Ma Manierres, obviously, they're gonna be super hyped. If someone wants to bless me with that as a birthday gift, definitely holler at your boy. But I'm definitely going for the Bows. Me personally, I just need those in my collection. I need those in my life. I was actually looking at a pair of those joints on the Bay, aka eBay, the other day. So I definitely think these sneakers are the sneakers that you should cop. Guys, once again, I appreciate you guys coming in with me every Saturday, hanging out with your boy. I banged this video out actually in one take. Let me know what you think. If you think I should go back to the start, stop, let me know. If you like the seamless flow of it and not the transition, also let me know. I appreciate you guys coming with me here on another edition of Sneaker Saturdays. It's your boy Money Mark signing off. Peace.